There's something more dangerous than not believing, and that's seeing and not changing. We're in Capernaum, a city on the shores of the Sea of Galilee, where Jesus spent more time than anywhere else. Here, there was no shortage of miracles or powerful words. And even so, Jesus rebuked this city, not for what it did, but for what it didn't do after witnessing so many wonders. The people of Capernaum weren't ignorant, quite the opposite. They saw so much and got so used to it that they didn't react. And that's the most relevant warning in the entire gospel. Because the most common spiritual problem today isn't atheism, it's familiarity. Being so used to the truth that hearing it doesn't move you anymore. You just nod and keep on the same. Jesus mentions the cities of Chorazin, Bethsaida, and Capernaum, cities that witnessed wonders and miracles, saw it all, and still didn't respond. The heart doesn't harden all at once. It hardens every time you say, "I'll leave it for later." Every time you feel something during a moment of reflection and do nothing about it, every time you know exactly what you need to change and bargain for a little more time, these cities show us that God never gets tired of reaching out. But they also reveal that there comes a point when the question is no longer, do you know him? And it turns into another question. The real risk isn't doubting. The risk is becoming indifferent, seeing so much and not changing. It's when you start to harden your heart without even noticing. Jesus doesn't ask how much you know. The question he leaves hanging is different. After everything you've seen, will you stay the same? What have you done with what you've already seen from God? Because it's not about knowing more. It's about responding with what you already have. These are words of life. Then Jesus started to strongly denounce the cities where he had carried out most of his mighty miracles, because they had not repented. Matthew 11:20.
Tired of holding up the frame, pretending everything's in place, carrying daylight in my hands while breath is leaving space. I thought you'd come when I was strong, when fear no longer had a voice, when chaos finally settled down and I had made the better choice. But you chose a town forgotten, no spotlight, no applause. You did not shout from distant heaven. You stepped into our dust and skin. The eternal entered my moment, walking the ground I'm living in. You did not wait for perfect order. You came where I was torn apart. If you began in a borrowed stable, you can begin inside my heart. Bethlehem was small and hidden. No one watched that silent night. Bethlehem was small and hidden. No one watched that silent night. Yet hope was born without display, no spectacle, no borrowed light. You did not come as distant symbol. You came through hunger, tears, and pain. Not a witness to our story, You carried it in human frame. You did not shout from distant heaven. You stepped into our dust and skin. The Holy One